Can the gut really influence someone's mental health? What about their worldview or behavior? Endominance, a leading digital health and data collection company, is conducting a study to answer some of these crucial questions. The purpose of the Microbiome, Anxiety, and Cognitive Orientation Study, or MACO for short, is to better understand how gut bacteria may affect the brain and how they may be associated with anxious behavior and cognitive traits. Mounting evidence shows that the gut microbiota plays a vital role in the communication within the gut-brain connection. Still, the relationship between gut microbiota and their influence on anxiety is not fully understood. Some research has examined how anxiety affects a person's perception of the world, cognitive biases, and behavior. However, these studies are limited, and anxiety is far more complicated than changes in a single molecule. There are many more factors to consider when it comes to anxiety, including the different aspects of a person's lifestyle and how humans perceive their environment, also called cognitive orientation.
The problem with anxiety, just like any other mental health issues, is that doctors and therapists tend to look more closely into figuring out how to ease the symptom rather than eliminating the root cause of what might have triggered them, simply because the causes could come from so many diverse sources. The reason why we focus on human gut microbiome is that it offers you the chance to understand the outer environment that participants live in by looking into their dietary consumption, and simultaneously their inner microorganic environment in least biased way. By understanding what type of food they consume, what types and diversity of microorganisms live in their gut system, and what chemicals these microbiome produce or consume, provide so many clues on how these environmental factors affect their brain and emotion.
The goal of the MACO study is to examine these factors to gain a deeper understanding of how gut bacteria may affect the brain and how they may be associated with anxious behavior and cognitive traits. Cross-sectional data will be compiled from a cognitive assessment, a health and lifestyle survey, a generalized anxiety questionnaire, a depression questionnaire, and a stool sample. This study aims to expand and improve upon previous research on gut bacteria and their connections to anxiety.
MACO study brings up the understanding of gut-brain axis to another level. Our hope is, through this research, to find a concrete evidence in relationship between metabolic outcome and the degree of anxiety based on their cognitive tendency. The ability to sort out people's microbiome information based on their cognitive orientations offers a new perspective and possibly new approach of helping people with anxiety in fundamentally different way.
Endominance is taking the lead on this study with support from Dr. John Rady of Harvard Medical School, Gene One-on-One, and HEM Pharma.
This is a very exciting moment and one that I think is going to bear much fruit. Looking at gut-brain health, we tend to think of all health as being body-centric, but this is also brain-centric because we're finally realizing that the brain is part of the body. So the healthier we are, the more well we are as a person, the total person, the better our brain's going to function. We know that the microbiome is another avenue into exploring how we are healthy or not healthy. And that impacts both cognitive ability as well as all the emotional changes and emotional issues that we might have. This is the future. And I think all of us at Endominance are really excited about pushing forward our program so that we could help the world change, and all for the better.
Endominance has a goal of collecting over 2,000 data sets from participants nationwide. The data will be analyzed to determine if a gut-derived metabolite combined with variations in cognitive orientation can be associated with anxiety levels in humans. Endominance uses their proprietary cognitive assessment and cutting-edge projective AI technology to offer deeper insight into how people's inclinations and decision-making processes are formed. All data gathered in the MACO study will be used for comparative analysis with future research to help bolster ongoing mental health initiatives and healthier lifestyles.